Stonehenge, a monument of mystery and time. Welcome to another journey through time. Today, we step into the ancient mists of southern England to uncover the secrets of one of the world's most mysterious monuments, Stonehenge. More than 5,000 years old, this prehistoric marvel has inspired wonder, debate, and imagination for generations. Was it a temple? A calendar? A burial site? Or something even more profound? Stay with us as we explore the myths, the science, the stones, and the people who shaped this enigma of the ancient world. This is Stonehenge, a monument of mystery and time. Gateway to the ancient world beneath the rolling skies of southern England, where mist hangs low over the Salisbury Plain and the earth seems to breathe with the weight of history, stands a monument as mysterious as it is majestic. Stonehenge, an enduring symbol of humanity's ancient ingenuity, spiritual yearning, and cosmic curiosity. For over 5 millennia, it has defied time, conquest, and modernity. It stands not merely as an archaeological site, but as a whisper from a world long past, echoing through the ages with questions we are still striving to answer. This documentary journeys deep into the story of Stonehenge. From its initial earthwork enclosure around 3000 BCE to the placement of its massive standing stones centuries later, we uncover the layers of myth and reality, science and speculation. We will trace the people who shaped it, the landscape that cradles it, and the cosmic cycles to which it was aligned. In this timeless arena of sky and stone, we will seek to understand not only how Stonehenge was built, but why. What is Stonehenge? The structure and setting Stonehenge is located in Wiltshire, southern England, on the open expanse of the Salisbury Plain. Though commonly recognized by its iconic ring of massive upright stones, the full monument is part of a complex prehistoric landscape, which includes burial mounds, ditches, avenues, and nearby structures like Woodhenge and Durrington walls. The central structure consists of a horseshoe-shaped arrangement of 5 massive trilithons, pairs of vertical stones with a horizontal lintel, surrounded by a ring of standing sarsen stones topped by lintels. Inside this stone circle are smaller bluestones, brought from Wales, whose arrangement changed over centuries. Surrounding this central stone setting is a circular earthwork enclosure, the henge itself, comprising a ditch and bank about 110 meters in diameter. Beyond lies the avenue, a ceremonial road that aligns with the midsummer sunrise and midwinter sunset. The entire site was not built at once. Instead, it evolved through several phases over more than a millennium. As we will see, every stone, every layout, every alignment, intentional or accidental, contributes to the ongoing debate about Stonehenge's meaning. Origins and construction. A feat of prehistoric engineering. The construction of Stonehenge began around 3000 BCE with the creation of a circular ditch and bank, known as the henge. Over the next 1,500 years, it was transformed through numerous phases. Around 2600 BCE, large sarsen stones from the Marlborough Downs, nearly 20 miles away, were brought in. These stones, weighing up to 40 tons, were shaped using stone hammers and then transported and erected with remarkable precision. But the sarsens were only part of the story. Even earlier, smaller bluestones, each weighing up to 4 tons, had been transported nearly 150 miles from the Preseli Hills of Wales. The methods used remain debated. Did they float along rivers, or were they dragged over land? Either way, the feat is staggering. Raising the stones required engineering know-how, earth ramps, timber frameworks, and careful positioning to balance the lintels atop upright stones. The builders exhibited a knowledge of geometry and alignment that suggests a sophisticated understanding of both terrestrial and celestial principles. Who built Stonehenge? Theories and peoples. No single group can be credited with building Stonehenge. It was constructed over generations, likely by different communities sharing a cultural continuity. Early builders may have belonged to the Neolithic agrarian societies of southern Britain, later giving way to the Beaker people during the Bronze Age. These societies were not primitive. They had organized labor, agricultural surplus, and social structures capable of mobilizing large groups of people for monumental projects. Recent DNA evidence and isotope analysis suggest that some of these workers may have traveled great distances. Stonehenge may have drawn participants from across Britain and beyond. The monument's evolution likely mirrored shifts in religious, political, and social systems. Each new phase may have responded to changing beliefs, climatic pressures, or cultural encounters. In many ways, Stonehenge is a palimpsest of prehistoric Britain, a monument built not by one people but by an idea. The stones themselves, sarsens and bluestones. Stonehenge's two main stone types, the sarsens and the bluestones, are geologically and symbolically distinct. The sarsens are a type of sandstone, likely sourced from the Marlborough Downs. Their massive size made them ideal for the outer circle and inner trilithons. The bluestones, however, are more mysterious. They originate from the Preseli Hills in Wales, over 150 miles away. Their presence suggests a symbolic or spiritual connection. Why else transport such heavy stones such a distance? Some scholars speculate that the bluestones were believed to possess healing properties, perhaps linking them to the nearby Amesbury Archer, whose grave reveals signs of illness. Moreover, the arrangement of the stones, their shaping, and their interlocking mortise and tenon joints reflect a refined sense of design. Stonehenge was not simply piled together, it was carved, planned, and aligned. Rituals, religion, and the sacred landscape. Stonehenge is part of a ritual landscape, a sacred geography stretching miles. Nearby sites like Durrington Walls and Woodhenge indicate a network of ceremonial centers. The River Avon, flowing nearby, may have symbolized a transition between life and death, with Stonehenge serving as a portal to the afterlife. The monument's construction phases seem to correspond to changes in religious practice. Stonehenge may have begun as a burial site, later becoming a temple aligned to solar and lunar events. Feasting remains and pig bones at nearby sites suggest communal gatherings, perhaps tied to seasonal festivals. This landscape was not static. It was walked, worshipped, and altered across generations. The placement of monuments suggests a cosmological order, a deliberate mapping of human and divine relationships upon the land. Astronomy and alignment, the solar connection. Perhaps Stonehenge's most famous feature is its alignment with the sun. The monument is oriented so that on the summer solstice, the sun rises directly over the heel stone when viewed from the center. On the winter solstice, the sun sets in alignment with the central axis. This alignment suggests that Stonehenge functioned as a solar calendar. Whether used to mark planting seasons, religious festivals, or the passage of time, the alignment speaks to a deep connection between sky and stone. Some scholars suggest lunar alignments as well, noting that ancient people observed both sun and moon cycles. The bluestones may also reflect this dual symbolism, marking lunar positions. The monument's astronomical purpose reinforces the idea that its builders were not primitive, but keen observers of the heavens, blending science, spirituality, and spectacle. Burials and bones. The funerary role of Stonehenge. Long before its massive stones were erected, Stonehenge was a site of the dead. Excavations have uncovered cremated human remains in the earliest ditch, dating back to 3000 BCE. Over 50,000 bones from at least 60 individuals have been found, suggesting a necropolis of elite or revered individuals. The cremated remains were placed in pits, often marked by bluestones or wooden posts. Many were young adult males, perhaps leaders, warriors, or shamans. The presence of grave goods in nearby burials adds complexity to the funerary interpretation. Stonehenge may have served both as a temple of the living and the house of the dead, a place where the two worlds met under the arc of the cosmos. Myths, legends, and cultural significance through time. For millennia, Stonehenge has inspired legends. Medieval chronicler Geoffrey of Monmouth claimed that Merlin the wizard transported the stones from Ireland. Other tales speak of giants, demons, and buried treasure. In the 17th century, antiquarians began to study Stonehenge as a druidic temple, an idea still echoed in modern pagan celebrations. Despite lacking evidence of druidic origins, the myth persists, testimony to the site's power to inspire. Stonehenge also appears in poetry, music, and art. From romantic paintings to Pink Floyd album covers, it remains a cultural icon, a symbol of the mysterious and the eternal. Stonehenge in the modern age. Preservation and tourism. Today, Stonehenge is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, protected by English heritage and visited by over 1 million people annually. It has undergone significant conservation work, including re-erecting fallen stones and managing erosion from tourism. Controversies persist, particularly around nearby road projects threatening the site's tranquility. Preservation efforts must balance public access with protection. Yet Stonehenge thrives as a place of pilgrimage, especially during solstice festivals when thousands gather to welcome the rising or setting sun. It is a place where ancient tradition meets modern identity. Stonehenge and the wider world. Context among megaliths. Stonehenge is not alone. Across Europe and the British Isles, megalithic monuments mark a shared prehistoric heritage. From Newgrange in Ireland to Carnac in France, similar alignments and structures suggest widespread cultural connections. What makes Stonehenge unique is its scale, its complexity, and its enduring mystique. But it is part of a broader tapestry, a network of stone that spoke the language of the stars, the dead, and the divine. The eternal enigma. Stonehenge stands as an eternal question carved in stone. It is a place where mystery lives not in the absence of knowledge, but in the presence of wonder. Its stones mark more than time, they mark intention, effort, and belief. Whether a calendar, a temple, a tomb, or all of these and more, it endures as a human statement. We were here. We built. We believed. In a world that moves ever faster, Stonehenge reminds us to pause, to look up, to look back, and to listen to the silence of the stones. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the story of Stonehenge, a place where sky and stone meet, where mystery endures, and where the past still speaks to the present. If this journey inspired you, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more explorations into the world's greatest historical and cultural wonders. Until next time, keep looking up, keep asking questions, and never stop exploring.